Hi everybody, I'm shanzz and today I'm going to review Nestr.io, which is a self-organization management tool. Before I continue, I would love to make a small disclaimer. The reviews my own, and it's not based on any organizations I work for. It is only for educational purpose and not a substitute for professional advice. So we encourage you to do your own research. So let's first talk about the need. Um, why do we need Nestr? So have you ever felt that you join a DAO and you've been there for a few weeks and it seems that some of the activities are not basically congruent to the goals they aim for, and if you attend some meetings, they talk about distributed authority, decentralized leadership. But if you attend 2 or 3 meetings, you find out that the leadership group decides, talks, and decides the direction of the meeting 80% of the time. And if you try to find out the policies of the meeting, you don't find it. So one of the reason of this confusion is that DAOs, they have this high bandwidth. There's so many things happening, and if there is no clarity on governance and policies, it causes impediments to the operations. Let me clarify that with this diagram. Most of the DAOs at the moment are working on DAO tooling. That is, they're focusing the coordination between treasury community, and those tools help in coordinating between intra-DAO or inter-DAO operations. But less work is being done on basically improving the governance and having clarity in the roles and responsibilities. So in short, DAOs are repositories of power. Governance provides the framework in handing out that power. Operations uses the structure defined in governance to fill that role and get stuff done. If there is no clarity in the governance procedures, then there won't be a clarity. There'll be a problem in having clarity in the roles and operations. And most importantly, the members have to ask, are the tasks and responsibilities they're doing, is it congruent with the mission of the DAO? So Nestr helps in providing the tools to improve the process of governance, which thereby streamlines and improves the operations, keeping in mind that all the activities leads to the mission and the goal of the DAO. So the purpose of the Nestr is to connect value-driven people with purpose-driven organization. So next we're going to talk about the features of Nestr. So this is the website of Nestr. It's in a nutshell a DAO management tool. So it has a nice board where people can find and apply for jobs. It has a decentralized governance where it's like where you can see the structure of any DAOs, and a Kanban board where you can keep track of your projects, and also you can see what other people are working now, and you can see bird's eye view of what are some of the highlights they're doing. So it's quite a nice DAO management tool. It also has a task checklist you can go through. So now we're heading over to the view of Nestr. So next we're going to talk about the user interface. So first we're going to start with the onboarding. The onboarding is really easy. You just put a name and then you can create a workspace. A workspace can
For every DAO, you can create a new workspace. And I'll start with the top side. The top right hand side, you will see the updates. And you can keep track of updates for all the DAOs you're connected to, and also inbox of all the tasks one might have done. You can quickly view what are the upcoming tasks to do, and some messages, and all the tasks that have been completed. So this is the work view of the workspace view of all the DAOs I'm connected with, different DAOs. So let's start with test this DAO. So let me close this box down. So I'll let's go to the workspace settings here. Here there are quite details of you can customize your workspace, and you can use different modules here. And I'll turn on the feedback module. You can turn on and off policies, domain policies, which is also quite nice to have it on this one. So you can just see self-organization is now using a holacracy kind of setup workspace. So let me head back. Here you can see you can add more users. It's by email, by names. You can add them here quickly, and you can see who are the users here. So you can see right now on the left hand side the organizational eagle eye view of all the DAOs you have, and also the circles you have. So one great thing is you can see the purpose here, and so it reminds everybody what's the purpose of this DAO. So it's written right in front of you. And we'll start first with the about side. So this is the DAO address of where you store the proposals. So Nestr can log in and extract the proposals you have done or going to make. So here are the proposals right now, and you can. The great thing about this is you can head in and you can discuss the much more deeper all the proposals here. So you can put a link. You can in one view, eagle's eye view, you can see what are the open proposals and what are closed proposals. You can have a link to the discourse forum also, so you can discuss much more deeply there, and you can see what has been done and doing in the Kanban style. So let's head back to the proposals. Now this is the most important thing, the roles and responsibilities, because this is where you get clarity of all the work and task the DAO have. So here, let's look at the circle lead, where everything has been added. All what's accountably has been stated here. And if you want to add more, if you want to discuss more about these roles, you can just add a comment here. So you can check to-dos, the projects, these circles involved with other circles, the checklist and the KPIs, the metrics, what's the domain, what's the policies for this circle. Everything in one place can be easily added here. So it's quite a nice thing. At the moment, most of these policies and tasks are being done in Notion. I find it a bit cumbersome to just go use Notion all the time. So here's the members of this circle, and well, the to-dos list of all the DAOs. You can have a bird's eye view here. The projects you're doing involved, and meeting tensions. So tensions, it's a holacracy concept where there's a gap between the current reality and potential future. For example, there's a positive and negative tension. So, for example, for a positive tension is when you receive a lead, a business lead, what should you do about it? So should we set up a meeting about this, or a complaint from one of the members, so to release the negative tension. So as you can see, all the attentions here. Then meetings. The meetings. This is a very nice tool. You can quickly start a meeting between the circles. You can invite the members here. You can have a meeting between the facilitator and the circle, or the secretary or developers. Uh, you can also, before the meeting, you could just discuss what metrics you are working on, so you can discuss, you can have a clarity during the meeting, and yeah, different options of checking in and checking out. Then there is it's a governance meeting to clarify and improve the governance process and policies. This is quite a great tool for that. Then the checklist. Again, the checklist for the weekly, you can have a bird's eye view of what to do this week, or monthly or quarterly. The KPIs, are you meeting the KPIs, the domains, and what are the policies? This is another very important thing about different DAOs. Um, One other thing I wanted to add is to show you the role. You can add the circles are basically roles. It can be a guild, and this is like the sub DAO, which subcircle is sub DAO. Yeah, most of the DAOs copy the concepts from other self-organizing groups. So I can add here, for example, a testing testing circle sub DAO. So I create here, and voila, here it's done. It has its own 4 circles, default circles, which you can add or delete on the go. These are the roles basically. You can add a role, say lead tester, and you can just create a role, so it adds up here. So you can just check it, zoom in, so I can zoom in and out here. You can nicely see what are the circles here. Yeah, testing out here. So on the lower right, we have a quick access where you can add tension projects, anything quickly. And on the left side, these are the circles. What are the tensions of all the DAOs, of all the projects on all the DAOs? You can just add here, and also your to-dos for the week. You can just have a bird's eye view here. So Nestr has a pretty nice interface where it's easy to use, and it's great for the operations. So now we're going to talk about alternatives. Um, the DAO tooling has, as far as my knowledge, there's one Web3 tool which compares to Nestr is Sobol, and the other tools like Glassrock, Holasprite compares to it if you're using Holacracy. So these three tools are possible alternatives for Nestr. So next is pricing. Let's talk pricing. So pricing, this is the pricing table. It's free up to 5 family members if you're using for personal use. For DAOs, it's $4 per user. It can get really expensive for open DAOs. I spoke with one of the co-founder used, and he mentioned that they soon going to have different pricing models for DAOs. Let's be frank, most of the DAO tools like Sobol or Dwork, they are still trying to find out their business model. For now, they're free, but eventually they will have to come up with a different pricing model. So let's not judge too early. Nestr has been in the market since 2016, so they're quite established. If not in DAOs, in the other self-organizing organizations. Next is suggestions. Some of the thing I would like to see is integrating with Discord. The co-founder said they're soon going to integrate Discord. What I would also like to see is keeping different DAOs separate. Like if you belong to 80 different DAOs, we don't want to see all clumping together. So we just want to see one DAO circle at one time. Email notification system to notify proposals have been added or updated, can really increase the engagement, and also a notification system, and the project manager gets email all the members. That would be great add-on. Also, if you could clean up some bugs, we've been trying to enter if it's the wrong password, showing wrong, it's giving a message of wrong phone number, and also adding members by name does not work. So yeah, other than that, it's a good platform to clarify governance and run operations. So Nestr lives up to its goal to connect value-driven people with purpose-driven organization. So we'll be excited to further test drive during the coming weeks. So thanks for watching this review. So do you have a DAO tool that you want other DAOs to use? I would be happy to review. You just email me at collab@shanzz.xyz. Thanks a lot.